this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Welcome to the Hot Seat Week 3, sponsored by DingItTV, bringing you broadcasting that's 20 to 50% less strenuous to stream and to watch, and basically all but eliminates buffering. Hopefully you're enjoying the fantastic high-quality stream that's being put on. Well, maybe that too a little bit later. Stream that's being put on tonight, as we see, spawning in the 9 o'clock position, winning the first 3 games in a row, and now being figured out a little bit and being pegged back. This story is certainly one that's developing very interesting indeed for my insanity's Petraeus. Is the comeback real, ladies and gentlemen? Looking like, at least in the beginning, he might have even get 5-0'd. All of a sudden, he rips off his mask. It turns out this guy is actually CJ Hero. Ladies and gents, playing a ridiculously solid macro game. Also crushing all of the counterattacks and allowing him to win 2 in a row. Will the momentum continue for Liquid Mana? Very, very exciting times incoming here. And Petraeus is going to be able to scout this base first. Now, a key point is if he turns away with the Overlord as soon as he scouts it, to make sure Mana isn't 100% away. Let's keep an eye on Petraeus' vision. Spots the Nexus. Now, is he moving out? No, he's going to keep on course. Okay, so Mana knows right now that his opponent is spawned in the 9 o'clock position. Petraeus isn't trying to hide that fact at all. It's like, I've scouted you, you've scouted me, fair enough. We're a happy family, etc., etc., etc. Everyone have a big hug. Scary cartoon characters appear to be the theme of the evening. First we have the Count, and now we have Barney. I need to be careful that I don't accidentally get into, I don't know. Family Guy could be a little bit risque. South Park, absolutely not. We'll be a little bit mindful of what we quote here. It looks like this probe is going to die, but we'll at least be able to spot that Iron Extractor is inside the main base. Now, of course, it doesn't say very much at the moment because only 20 gas has been mined. But what's probably going to happen here is we're going to see them workers disappear after 100 gas. We're going to see that spawning pool go for that metabolic boost. So we'll keep an eye on developments there. But Petraeus has done it many times this series so far, and he's won with it. So if he's going to mix things up anywhere, it's probably not going to be this early in the game. And let's see. Well. Oh, no, okay, he just did a little bit later. Sloppy Petraeus, an extra 8 gas! Cracks his pro gaming whip. You got it right last game. How could you not get it right this time? It's going to be fine. Don't worry. In the meantime, an extra 2 gateways going down as part of this wall. So we're going to be going up to a total of 3 once this Nexus is down here from Mana. Just a nice solid early game number. Now up to 4 as well. So potential for that gateway pressure early on to open up. And possibly transitioning once again into robotics facility play that we've seen him enjoy so many times this particular series. Early-ish Roach Warren coming out from Petraeus as well. Wanting to make sure he is safe against any potential early game aggression here. Perhaps he's quite aware that Mana might want to be playing very aggressively, specifically on Catalina. So maybe that is Petraeus' game plan. To absolutely block anything off of 2 bases. And to say, I'm going to deny you getting a 3rd. Don't forget, once again, a little bit of an isolated 3rd base this way. And oh my god, is that an open 3rd base that way. So a little bit tricky for both players here to potentially take a 3rd. And we actually see the aggressor might even be Petraeus. Because yes, there's going to be some incoming aggression, but he's making nothing but roaches right now. And that's because he's just wanting to make sure this... So, ooh, hang on. No, this is definitely defensive because he was trying to take a 3rd off the back of it as well. That drone going out does give the game away. And Mana knows it too. Oh, he can actually take a couple of these roaches on the high ground. Can he micro that back, micro that back, micro that back? Yes! This is pretty good early game pressure, I have to say. Coming out from Mana. He's going to have to move back, but that drone is going to let Mana know right now, even though he hasn't seen it, he knows that that 3rd base wants to get put down. That's very, very key right now. So Mana's going to be able potentially to just warp in a couple more units here, and that's exactly why I think the 12 more Zerglings are out on the way for Petraeus. He has seen that Mana knows what he's up to, and there we go. Forcing, before we can actually get, for example, Zealots and more Stalkers out here, so that it can actually be a pretty close contest, we're actually forcing a situation now where Mana is going to be able to recall home. There's not going to be too much in the way of harassment, and we're going to be regrouping ahead of number 2 as far as those waves are concerned. The roaches are coming back now, and of course this mothership core will be able to spot everything. Whoopsie daisy. Ooh, there's a gateway side wall hole that potentially is going to be appearing here in just a moment's time. That's a lot of units coming in, and we need to see another force field. Okay, good. There it is. And, ooh, excellent pair of force fields, but we need one to replace this one, otherwise the Zerglings end up running rampant inside the main base. How many of them are left? Okay, only 6. It should be alright then. We'll take a pylon with them by the looks of things. And, well, is the mothership core getting a kill? No, not that one. But it does have 4 kills overall, and that roach was on 1 hit point out of 145. Good defense, solid defense there from Mana. More gateways have gone down now as well. So, by the way, we are up to 6, 7 gateways. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to be seeing some very, very aggressive pressure here. And by pressure, I mean he wants it to be game-ending. A single Zergling will spot the location of the army. Is this pylon completely blocking it in? Yes. Now, if this Oh, this Zergling's actually stopping there. I was going to say if he moved out and saw that the pylon blocked it in, that would be a massive, massive indicator that Mana's trying to do game-ending damage right the heck now. But here we go. Mana's knocking on his doorstep. What have we seen from Petraeus' point of view? He's seen some gateways, not quite enough to confirm it's 7 gate, but very shortly he will notice. That's a lot of units you have there. Mana, to try and tie the series up, begins his assault. The pylon is right here, not very far from his army at all. Needs to make sure he has a direct line of sight between his pylon and him, so that reinforcements don't get prematurely picked off. More units getting warped in. Excellent time warp on the Queen. She's not going to be able to escape. Burrow being used right now from Petraeus. He's not going to be able to save the 3rd base, I don't think. And Mana playing very, very carefully with his positioning because he doesn't want unburrowed units to take him by surprise. Look at this, even falling back and getting another warp in. I love this. The not too many drones being used here for mining so far. Mana can actually turn around and hit this. I don't know why he's not. Okay, there we go. Wow. Using that burrow to devastating effect. I really think Mana could have held that position at least for a while there. I'm a little bit surprised he's falling back this far, but I mean, he's still doing okay. These roaches, though, they're getting a lot of damage done right now, and Mana's position now is definitely worse than it was a minute ago. These roaches are slowly getting a concave, and now these force fields, they're not offensive, guys. These are defensive. Mana is getting... Ooh, he's getting surrounded, and I really don't like the fact that he moved himself back into this position. The burrow micro there has been great from Petraeus. You got to give him the credit there, and there's the recall. Mana, I'm not even certain that's an overextension because I really think he might have been able to defend the pylon here and sort of try and engage the units at this choke. There wasn't a massive flank from Petraeus coming up this ramp, for example, so I feel like that was a better position for him to hold, but that's happened now. And we move on with the game. Mana's in an okay position. He's at 80 supply versus 100. He's now broken down the wall again, that pylon that he used to block himself in, and... I don't know, I think a potential 7-gate, well, a 7-gate attack, he's now chrono boosting +1, and he's got a robotics facility with an immortal coming in. We can see him trying to get back into the game with the Twilight Council, but this 3rd base has been mining for an awful long time, guys, and that's why I think Petraeus has a comfortable advantage right now. If the 3rd base went down, different story. Right now, Mana, he's got to be smarting a little bit, getting pushed back quite that way. I think he didn't need to pull back when he did, but when he did pull back, the roaches did a lot of damage. And, well, the burrow micro as well from Petraeus was just absolutely excellent. I mean, no doubt that is what caused Mana to freak out like he did. And after he started retreating, with very, very good reason as well. So, well played by both sides. Well defended on the initial attack by Mana. Very well defended on the counter attack with the burrow from Petraeus, and now he's got a Roach Hydra army potentially coming in to try and deny this 3rd base, but Mana playing it safe, knowing that that attack didn't quite work. He's going to have to defend a little bit right now, and I believe he just comfortably knows it. A 2nd Immortal, oh, I love this. The hallucinated Phoenix will try and spot where the army, he needs to spot where the army, he misses the army! He misses the army, and this is going to take him by surprise. Here come the roaches. Oh, hang on just a second. And this is a much more open area than on top of the ramp, so he has to be so careful indeed. Petraeus potentially senses blood here, wants to try and set up his concave and absolutely go for it. Mana is being forced back into a corner. This is not a kind of corner you want to be in. I think he's waiting to use the recall. He's at 96 mana right now. And this third base is basically going to get cancelled if he recalls. He's going to have to recall to the natural expansion. This Nexus isn't ready yet. And this army is knocking on the front door of Mana. He is helpless to defend right now. He's got a recall available. Is he going to use it? He might have to. The army's starting to die. I think he's actually just going to face this one up. Oh, pardon me. I didn't see those stalkers there. Okay. Is this going to be enough? Oh, the roaches are dead. The Immortals have done a number on the roaches. The amount of DPS available here from these Hydras, guys, does not mean Petraeus is losing this battle by any stretch of the imagination yet. He's waiting for more units that can potentially tank. Here come a bunch of Lings. Guarantees the Hydras are going to be able to move out anyway, but it looks like the dust is settled for now. Man, that fight could have gone either way in a very catastrophic fashion, but we're resetting for round 2 here. And Mana, look, there's not much energy for Force Field right now. This is what really worries me about this army. And, if he goes down, this is just too open a position, and I feel like Petraeus would open him up like a tin of tuna. Unfortunately, though, he's got a second army flanking here, and he's going to force Mana to take the engagement right now. The Mothership Core has been killed. He has to fend off this third base from where he's sat, but the Concave is so much better for Mana right now. Here's the Mothership Core with nowhere close to enough energy. It dies straight away. Good force fields over here, but what is he going to do about the Hydras on the south side? This army is slowly starting to melt away, and this game is starting to slip away from Mana. Petraeus is looking to move on to match point here in game number 6, and in a corner with no recall available, Mana's army completely dies out, ladies and gentlemen. It is 140 supply to 70 right now, and Petraeus has in all but GG won this game. He's got his 4th base up behind this as well. It's not mining yet, but it's not going to come under attack from anything in the near future. He's restricted Mana to 2 bases, fended off the 7 gate, and then killed off the 3rd base with an incredible attack that followed up. A really good positioning, running Mana out of force fields and forcing him into a corner to defend it. Mana knows it. GG. And Petraeus, ladies and gentlemen, is in a match point position, achieving a 4-2 scoreline. Can he close it out?